love you, fam. Billy Goat Tales, I love it here. Billy Goat Tales, the fam is here. Give us can, give us can, give us can, give us. We love you, fam. We are Billy Goat Tales. We love you, fam. Hashtag givers can. We love you, fam. Hashtag givers can.
What's going on, you beautiful people? Welcome to Billy Goat Tales. Welcome to another Sunday episode right here. We appreciate you taking the time to spend with us and our team right here. Today's going to be an awesome show. What do we have for you? Going to be talking about all things Coinbase for sure. A lot of cool stuff happening over there. Brian Armstrong just got back from the big World Economic Forum and had a lot to say on Twitter X, but we're also going to get into all the crypto adoption that's occurring everywhere. That's good news while we're watching Bitcoin slowly drift into the bear market. We'll talk about that as well. But first, let's say hello to the team. What is going on? Dave Digital, how are you today, my friend?
We love you, fam. What is going on? Billy Goat Tales family right here on a Sunday. Last I looked, the game was tied 7-7. We'll have to take a look and see what's going on there. I'm not talking about any certain game. If anybody's listening, I don't want any copyright strikes. You know what I'm saying? And Bitcoin, what is going on? Just lower, as Alex would say, lower. Like, well, I mean, it is what it is. I guess we'll go lower.
Yep. What's going on, Redman? Good to see you.
Yeah, thankful for another day not promised. I'm happy to be here, Billy.
Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. And we have Dark Crash. How you doing, Dark Crash?
Really good. Just got through another one of those race training classes called High Rocks at the gym. It's something that's designed to test your endurance and make you go a lot faster, run harder. And I think we're going to have to do that to catch up to the price of Bitcoin as it keeps falling down.
Yeah, no kidding, man. And DDT, how you been? What's going on over the pond? You getting any of this cold weather?
Yeah, evening. No, it's about, I don't know what degrees, about 7 or 8 degrees centigrade. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but not so cold yet. Generally, we have a cold snap kind of first week of Feb, second week of February. There's usually a cold snap in the UK about that time. But yeah, weather's quite moderate. Life is good so far the last few weeks. So no complaints. Yeah, always blessed and positive.
Well, I tell you, your mic is sounding good.
Yeah,
it's clear.
Certainly does, DDT.
Sure does.
Well, we're getting freezing rain here in South Carolina. We have snow covered on the ground, which is rare. We don't really see snow down here in South Carolina. And it's frozen solid. And now it's like raining sleet. As soon as it hits the trees, it's turning to ice. So it's like just in that temperature zone where it's coming down as rain, but as soon as it hits the surface, it's turning to ice, and it's supposed to drop colder. So I'm hoping that when it gets icy like this, what happens is it gets on the trees, they hit the power lines, the branches fall, hit the power lines. Next thing you know, the whole state's out of power. So I'm hoping that does not happen as we're live here today on a Sunday. But let's say hello to chat, Dave Digital.
All right, let's take a look at the chat. Let me see. Crypto Billy, I see you first in the chat, but maybe it's just because I don't have it filtered. Mike V, the Mod King in the house, saying, hola, boys. All set analyst in the house. He says, love you, fam. Givers gain. He also says, stay warm. Then we have Crypto Badell. What's up, Badell? He says, hello, all. Givers gain. We have Jesse Good Luck, who changed his name during the Simple Terms podcast on Saturday morning. If you weren't there, go back and check the replay. But the AI has affectionately named him Jesse Good Luck. And he says, you know what? That sticks. I'm sticking with it. Got Dark Crash in the chat. Let's see who else is in the chat. That might be everybody so far. Darren Does Things. Redman is in the chat. And I think that's everybody. Crypto Bud L says his solar generator is ready to run for power out. All right, sounds good,
Yeah.
Bud L. I mean, you're in Chicago. I mean, are you guys even worried about that? This is what you do all the time. I mean, this is what you guys do in August, right? Anyway, if I didn't see you in the chat, say hi, and I'll say hi back.
That's right. That's right. Well, let's get into it. Listen, all you guys are tuning in. You want to know what's going on with Bitcoin. You want to know what's going on with crypto. You want to know how to make some money. You're at the right spot. We're going to get right into it. Let's first hit the crypto bubbles. Redman, you ready?
Let's go.
We love you,
All right. Looks like crypto's pulling punches like UFC. Did you guys see that fight last night? Did you guys see that fight last night? Pretty good one. All right. So for the hourly, we got River down 1.2%. They're down to $75. It's down one spot to number 45, $1.48 billion market cap at $75 a coin. This is the Arthur Hayes co-created DeFi coin.
So a lot of people have been speculating on that River. So just a little teaser. Tune in on Saturday for the Simple Terms podcast, where we will be jumping into what is it called? It's chain abstraction. And
Ooh.
River is leading the way in that, but there is something you might want to know before you go pulling the trigger.
Sounds kind of spicy.
A
But
little
it's
bit
up
spicy.
1,800% in a month. Congratulations to the River people. All right. That didn't sound right. But all right, let's go on to Algo. Algo's up 1.2%. It's sitting at 66. We don't talk about Algo much here, but hey, we're going to give them some love. $1.02 billion market cap. 11 cents get you one Algo token. Nice little pump here. Looks like it's kind of cooled off a little bit, but let's see. Pump.fun. We don't talk about them very much. Up one spot to number 52, $1.42 billion market cap. Not even a penny yet for one Pump.fun token that is up 33.8% for the month. Congratulations to the Pump.fun people. Let's see. What else? What Pepe. We don't talk about Pepe very much. It's up 0.4% in the hourly. It's sitting at rank number 42, $1.98 billion market cap. Not even close to a penny. Gets you one Pepe token. Let's go on to the daily. The daily. Yep, there's that coin again. There's that one Lone Ranger out there, the biggest green bubble on the daily. It's up 36.9% for the River token, and everything else is red. So must have had a pretty bad day yesterday. Let's go on to the weekly. Pretty much the same thing for the weekly. Lots of red out there. So it's been getting knocked out like Patty Pimlet in the 5th round. Crypto is taking a beating right now. Let's just get on to something green here.
Did Patty lose that fight last night? I didn't see it.
Patty didn't get knocked out, but he did get, man, he got, both his eyes were black. I mean, he got beat pretty bad. But Justin Gaethje, he's a legend. He's been around for a long time. Really enjoyed watching that fight. USA took it to the old Scouza, but he didn't get knocked out though. So I'll give him that. He's up. Maker's up 17 spots, number 57, $1.23 billion market cap, $1,458. Get your one Maker token. Maker's sticking around. DeFi. Let's see what else we got. It's a bunch of red. Bunch of red out there on the monthly. As you can see, these dinosaur coins are sticking around. Looking at Render. Render's still up 47.3% for the month, but it looks like it's kind of tailing off. Looks like it kind of wants to roll over a little bit, but it's still up 6 spots, number 68, $968 million market cap, $1.87. Oh, you got better buying opportunities than you did last week on Render. Okay. Moving forward, let's see what else we got here. Pepe, like we talked about in the hourly. Pepe had a little nice little pump, but as you can see over the last month, it's kind of tailed off a little bit. Still up 16.2% for the month. Let's see what else here for the year. Nothing really has changed. Zcash still hanging around. Zcash still the biggest green bubble. Zcash privacy, you know, it's up 97 spots to number 18, $5.41 billion market cap. Still $327 per Zcash token. You can get it pretty much anywhere. Zcash, and then another one, its competitor Monero. Monero's still up 100% for the year. It's up 21 spots, number 13, $8.30 billion market cap, $449 get you one Monero token. Ondo down 77%. We're not looking at it. Matic down 72%. We're not looking at it. Near is down 71%. Man, they are just knockout after knockout after knockout after knockout. I think I'm going to go buy some rocks, Billy.
Man, you're basically talking about my whole crypto bag, all those good ones like that. But
some rocks,
yeah,
or some of that steel or some gold. I'll go buy some gold nuggets. How about that, Billy? Get out of here.
Yeah,
forever.
I got some. We bought some of that. We're going to be talking about some of that here in a little bit. But
you saw Alex. Oh, I was just going to say, welcome to Alex O.
One of the hardest working men in crypto is my favorite, Alex O. Crypto. I've never met a more honest, transparent, loving personality. Givers gain, otter gang. Billy Goat loves you, Alex O.
I love you, Alex O. Will always love you. You're my boy. You're my man. I want nothing but good things to happen to you, and I hope your little man is healthy and safe, because I know a lot of the flu bugs going around, and you had it. So yeah, man. Appreciate everything Alex does for this community. He's really a giver's gain source code for us, man. So thank you,
Giver's gain,
Alex.
otter
Yeah, then you had Do the Do in the chat. Good morning or good evening, Do the Do. Crypto Crabman came in. And then Jeffrey Stone Cipher in the chat. Good to see you guys.
Yep. Well, let's hit the fear and greed in the crypto coin market cap. I'm ready to go, Dave.
You are? Let's go.
We love you,
Whoop, that's not mine.
Whoop. Nope, that's not Billy's.
There we go. I don't even know how you guys do that, but thank you. Let me refresh this to make sure that we are up to date and current. Look at that, fear and greed at 34. So I'm liking that. I want it to go down into fear, of course. And I think with us at 2.91 trillion market cap, down from 3. Actually, I think, where were we at the top? I believe it was 3.4. Let's see. See here. Only 27%. We're in altcoin season. Coin market cap right here. Yeah. So we went up to not quite 3.4. It was right around 3.3. And here we are, all the way down. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Isn't that crazy?
Nice little head and shoulders formation at the top there.
Well, this certainly was a little head and shoulder, and it's kind of leveled out. But yeah, ETFs net flows not looking too good. 145 million down. Bitcoin dominance at 59.2, Ether at 11.6, and all others at 29.1. Open interest on perpetuals 579 billion. And we're going to talk a little bit about some future, some perp contracts too with Coinbase. And ETH gas is 0.17, way zero. It's low. It's low, right? So, yeah. And that is what is happening with fear and greed and the market cap today, everyone. Now, we also normally have the Biomex and Jimmy Jim with us. Jimmy Jim's out because he better call Cams because he doesn't have any internet. So Jimmy Jim's out. The Biomex is out today, and so we're swinging it for the fences together by ourselves. So let's go right.
Hey, we're not doing this by ourselves, Billy. We have 36 other folks in here with us, hanging out, loving the time.
True. That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? This isn't 37, just climbing. So do us a favor, share it out, put it on X. Let's get some more people in here. If you got internet, I mean, you got to do something, and this is something. You might as well do it with us, right?
That's right. So let's get into some Bitcoin charts. DDT. Let's take a look at what's happening with Bitcoin. Everybody wants to know, are we in a bear market? Where's it going next? And we have our man, the myth, the legend, DDT, that can tell us what he sees on the chart.
Right. Sorry. To start, what's happened kind of the last 2 weeks is, obviously from late November, we've been below the 50 EMA on the weekly time frame. Obviously traveled below. Now, last week we came up and we back tested the 50 EMA on the weekly, and we've come down. So yeah, it's not looking so good. Money flow generally is also now. So we were kind of traveling sideways within, like, from the last week of December maybe to about last week, but now weekly money flow is coming out, which isn't really the best sign. We would have wanted it to kind of maintain its sideways posture and kind of curl up. It's not done that. Daily time frame also as well, just kind of basically going over EMAs. We did also as well, this was last week. I'll probably have to show the other rejection earlier on this week. But for now as well, same. We had the daily bearish divergence into that back test as well. 2 weeks ago, 11 days ago, for that like 98K high coming down. Daily bearish divergence. Money flow now on the daily was also traveling sideways. It's now rolling over, which is also not the most ideal kind of situation for us to be in. Generally, what I am looking at here as well is if I put everything on and we go to the daily, what I was saying on one of my updates earlier on this week is that I was watching this ping of this this local golden pocket. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. I put the video update out, and we literally pinged the 91, 200. There was a daily naked bonding control and a local golden pocket. Ideally, we should have come back up and hit the value area high at 91.7. Obviously didn't do that, but that's just basically because of the 4-hour trend. 4-hour trend was literally coming down, and obviously the trade up here where rejected was also a swing failure pattern of kind of these highs. These are all bad highs. If you try like judging volume and time profile, kind of not enough volume, not enough selling volume came up at the highs. Basically, these are all just sweeps. Well, not enough buying volume actually. Sorry, came up at the highs and just rejected. Now, what's currently happened is we've dropped down. The 4-hour money flows literally as we've been dropping down into the smaller range between like 87 and say 90K. The money flow on the 4 hours been coming out, and since probably yesterday, since we started having all like these succession of 4-hour candles down, money flow is just coming out more aggressively. 1 hour is also not looking that good. I'm pretty much looking at a swing failure type trade, liquidity grab trade of this low earlier. Got stopped out for a small loss, but I tried it because it did confirm you had the 1 hour, and then obviously it was posturing for kind of a round out or round of the 1 hour money flow. Generally now, just kind of seeing what I'm seeing, it's not looking all that good. It's just more sell than buyers. I don't know if this is loaded, but generally, if we're just looking at open interest and CVD, open interest coming up, CVD coming down. So shorts are still trying hard to push this price down at this point. So where I'm looking currently is obviously we've just front run my value area low at 86K. So this is kind of the next point. But by that, we start speaking about 84 to 85. So this specific low here is probably the next kind of, this little zone here is kind of the next zone I'm looking. So if we do swipe, we obviously have the local golden pocket all the way down, and this is from this, I think it's from the very high to it's from the very low, sorry, at 80K, 8,500 all the way up to about 95. It's not pulled all the way to the top because obviously then you don't really get confluence. So that's kind of just me being subjective with my Fibonacci pulse. So kind of this 85.5 to 86 is basically the next key zone. At this point, just looking at price action, divergences aren't looking that good. What I was saying on my updates earlier this week is we were looking for the 8-hour, we've got the divergence literally trying to form. 10-hour, we've got the divergence trying to form, but also as well, we are totally against money flow. The 12-hour money flow is rounding out and coming out aggressively. this divergence is basically invalidated, and then the 16 hours kind of also invalidated. So on a whim, if you do get a bounce, it's not going to be a bounce to higher prices or kind of full structure shift back to bullish and go for an all-time high. So yeah, it's short longs and long shorts at this point on Bitcoin. Market structure still suggests lower. We did one thing we did have is we attempted to break bullish here on the 4 hour, and that is kind of my kind of guide, I would say. So once we have 4 hour trend in our favor, then obviously then as well, generally money flow follows that. And once you've got 4 hour trend, 4 hour money flow in your favor, that's better for kind of for kind of consistent kind of upside potential or kind of upside momentum. But now that the 4 hours kind of everything is just not looking good, so that's what kind of I'm not really price action and kind of the trend and everything is not indicative of price kind of going back to all-time highs just yet. Obviously 90k is probably the next kind of, if we turn around here, we start putting in divergences, start putting in decent price action changes or market structure changes and shifting back up. Yeah, we're looking probably back about 90k. If we were looking at orders, if I can just, yeah, kind of below us on the limit in the order books, they're stacking. So this is specifically all kind of what's available in Market Monkey. All the
not good to see so many orders stacking below us, right?
and these are high numbers. So 55 million is like 500 Bitcoin, basically 83 million, that's 800 Bitcoin. Yes, they can spoof and they can remove the orders, but generally you can see now there's potential here for them to kind of stop and reverse it, at least as being another lower low to make another lower high. As a point we can shift back up from here, kind of find another lower high. But yeah, generally,
if we were looking at that last price chart, that one right there. I mean, if I were red, if I was red and I was looking at that chart, I would say that's a head and shoulders leaning down to the downside. So you just need to break that neckline and go back and retest it, and then we're going down.
Yeah, generally
Yep,
you're probably looking about 89 to 89.2 if you're just doing the full Fibonacci for 4 hour retracement. But generally you'd probably switch down to 1 hour at least to give yourself a little bit of. So if you're probably looking 80, 88. But yeah, you can just see now, like even the 1 hour, you get the green dots, and the green dots are supposed to give you ebbs and flows, but it's just like not doing anything. Yeah. There's too many shorts in the book, and the open interest and the CVD is just suggesting that shorts are in control. You know, you ideally want to go with the tide, go with the trend at this point. So yeah, so it's looking as if shorts are in control until otherwise, till kind of proven otherwise. So that's kind of where we are for Bitcoin. It's not looking all that good for, but I'm heavily hedged short or heavily short at this moment in 3 different short trades. So yeah, kind of have to take stabs if you see kind of confirmations too.
Oh, Dave.
Dave's always having fun, isn't he?
Dave's making fun. He says that I look like Princess Leia when I got the.
No, that's not you today. That's not you, Red.
No,
Who
it's
is
me.
Dark Crash. Oh,
You silly goose.
And
we like to
Dave was just chewing on us about being professional and making sure we're paid.
Hey, that is professional.
Dave's the hammer and I'm the nail.
Bam,
bam, bam.
That was Crash looks that way today. I figured you would love that, Red.
No, I love it anyways, even if it, I'm looking at it and then I can see my chair
boy.
right here. I don't know.
Oh, you look great, sir. And so does Crash. Everybody looks great. It's just I love Princess Leia, so I see her everywhere. It's Raz. It's Raz, right, Billy? If I love her, I see her everywhere.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. I got one question for DDT though.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know why my camera's just freezing.
That's okay.
Playing up.
It was a good look. It's fine.
So what are,
side profile.
Yeah.
what are the chances we get a sub 74K?
That is kind of where I am looking to start DCAing. I think that is relevant from the viewpoint of on the monthly. That's where we start getting below 74,700. is where the monthly starts shifting. So this will be the first, if we break that, it's the first change of character on the monthly time frame, which generally then you definitely kind of confirmed you're in a bear market. You wouldn't usually change structure. So you change structure here on the monthly at like 30K, give or take, in the last bear market. And yeah, you still went down like another 50% from 30K to like 15, 16K, right? So that is, it's
the $1 million question.
Based on, yeah, just gun to my head, I'm saying we definitely get there because of the way that money flow and a few other things are looking like at this point. Yes, they can turn around, but money flow on the monthly's coming out. The 2 week is like almost crossed. It's struggling. The two week now is also as well. This higher stuff is done. We're getting fake outs on the higher dailies as well.
Yep.
But from a monthly perspective, that is probably sub 74 is the start of the bear market in my mind, because when you've changed structure on the monthly from previous cycles, that is generally you wouldn't necessarily get that much more, but generally it's a good of 50%. So obviously from the last bear market, it was from down to like 30K down to 16K after that monthly break. So 74, another 50% down, you're looking at your 40K for anyone looking at the 40K prices. From what I'm looking at, it's not looking as if the buyers are stepping in to hold this thing up. Michael Saylor's jeeting big buys and it's just getting suppressed and prices going down. So it's not, I would say for me, it's clear that if we would have to get back above 102, I think that's kind of where the line is at this point for me to kind of change this, which is above here, right? So 102 on the daily, or actually probably 106, I would say. So somewhere above 106. But with structure being like it is, first point of break is to break 98, put in a higher low, kind of somewhere up here, and then get back above 102, 106.
And that would be the right shoulder on the monthly.
Yeah. And then yeah. Pattern traders, market structure, it just looks like this thing's going to roll over and go lower. Kind of, okay. I'll say it how it is because that's kind of what the chart is showing me, right? I'm not going to beat around kind of and kind of keep people's hopes up that we could turn around yet.
You're definitely right, man. And I see it too. Like the upper EMA ribbon on the monthly is pinching. It's about to cross in. That 102 would be back in the upper channel of my spider lines. And then, of course, we have the RSI and stochastics about to give a quick little kiss to the 60 line, possibly even break through it. And that triple hump divergence is seriously playing out as such, and it's looking very much like the past.
Yeah. So we could give you the hopium case, but I think we just got to be realistic at this point that we're closer to 74 now than probably getting back above 106 and literally doing a full U-turn. Yes, things can change, but that's what it currently looks like currently. So if things change, yes, I'll admit I'm wrong. But until things change, I'm just saying.
Well, no,
it's not looking good. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that it would be you that were wrong. I would say the chart's lied.
Yeah. Well, the charts the charts for now are telling me that don't look for a new all-time high just yet. Kind of be a realist in what I see, and not kind of get anyone baited into false sense of security or false sense of hope that it's just going to go straight up and do 100% up from here. So
yeah, because if you start baiting people, well, never mind. I'm going to keep that joke because Billy says even crazy jokes that are that nobody will even get, you can't use them. So, but if you're in the chat, you know what I was going to say. That's funny.
Everybody knows what Dave Digital is going to say. You don't even have to say it. Just put your green dot up. Everybody throw the green dot up. We'll know that you know, right? So
yeah.
All right,
we're closer to 74K at this point, Red, than probably getting a new all-time high. If we're looking at probabilities.
Thank you, DDT. We appreciate you, man. Hang out. DDT. We got a lot of topics to hit today. We'll come back to the charts, hopefully in a smidgen. I did want to share as we transition over, guys. And you might have seen this site before, but if you haven't, let me refresh it just a minute because I was on this a while back. Yeah. Septol. So over here in the United States, across the pond from DDT, if you want to track your politician's portfolio, go right here to capitaltrades.com/trade. This is where you can spy somewhat and see what your congressperson is buying. So back in the day, Nancy Pelosi, I'm sure, and other Congress people, everybody was interested in what they were buying, what they owned, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, it doesn't matter. These guys can track it. And for those that don't know how that works, they got to put it in a blind trust. They're not supposed to know anything about what their trustee is buying or selling. And the trustee does that based on their own investment. Well, generally speaking, they give them, or do you want a lot of risk? Do you want little risk? Do you want equity? Do you want, bonds? What is your risk assessment? They make that for them. And then from there, the professional stays within that category to try to hit their investment objection and goal. So this is an interesting website. You can see the trades that they're actually making. You can go in here by name, query it by name. And I actually, depending on what state you're from, some of these people, some of the Congress people don't have anything in here. But like I find a politician. So like if I wanted to come right in here and I want to type in
Billy Goat Tails.
What's that?
Billy Goat Tails just sent 5 Billy Goat Tails gift memberships.
Oh,
Somebody matched my 5.
Nice.
Tim Scott.
Now we got 10.
Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah, nice.
Let's see. So I go in here and find where you can find anybody you want. Here's Lisa McCain right here. Go in here and find anybody you really want. You got somebody, somebody you want me to look up, Dave? Anybody? You got somebody you want me to look up?
Dan Crenshaw.
Dan.
I knew that Sean Ryan would want to look at Dan Crenshaw. I knew you were Sean Ryan.
Is it a C or a K?
It's a C. CREN.
I think you could just look him up under eye patch or fake seal.
Somebody poked his eye out.
What happened? I'm not like.
Oh, he's not coming up.
Dan.
Oh, he's not in there.
Right here.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
All right. Dan.
This is a live show. Bear with
Crenshaw. Yeah.
Is this a paid feature or is this free, Billy?
No, I just went in, just not paid.
Nice.
I think,
Something seems a little sus. I feel like this is probably their dummy wallet.
no, so they got to report it. So what all this is because it is public record, they have to report it. This is just a site that is going in and scraping what they have to report and putting it on there.
Yeah.
So
Something tells me there's layers to that onion. That.
Well,
their
yeah, you
third
can buy
cousin,
the
fourth removed. That's their real portfolio over there.
Well, yeah, they have to, as politicians, they have to disclose it, and they have to have it in a blind trust, basically, where they're not supposed to know what they're buying or what they're selling. I personally, come on, man, I don't know if that is true or not. I don't know why
it's
that
obviously
didn't come
true.
up.
That's why Pelosi is worth hundreds of millions or whatever she's worth, right?
Well, I mean, it is.
obviously she doesn't insider trade. That's just
Yeah,
her
I mean,
salary she's been
it is
paid.
law. It is true in that regard. But I don't know how well it's.
What are the enforcements?
Yeah, what are
Who's
they doing?
doing it?
Right here, right here. You go,
Crenshaw?
Crenshaw. So this was published on the 21st. See, it all goes all the way back. So he hasn't done really anything except. So this guy right here, your guy, he hasn't really done anything. Republican in the House, Dan Crenshaw. You can pull up other ones, and I did, where they're actively trading. Like, so whoever their rep is actively trading. You can see what they're buying and what they're not buying or selling, right? So this is pretty cool. So it's capitaltrades.com. If anybody was interested, I thought I'd share that with everybody just because I thought it was just pretty interesting.
That's some good alpha.
Good alpha for people that care, for people that say, hey, man, like going back in time, right? If we all had access to this, we would have known to buy NVIDIA 4 years ago.
Right.
Because a lot of them were buying NVIDIA, right? So, givers gain, baby, givers gain.
50 people inside the live stream. Hey, that's one of our best in the last few weeks. We're really excited that all you guys are here. Really cool to see everybody.
We are doing it, guys. Billy Goat Tales, we're here for you. That's it. We want anybody that wants to get crypto news, wants to understand what's going on in crypto market, wants to even come on with us and be on the show with us. We are open source here at Billy Goat Tales. We'd love to have you on. Come on in. We want to support new creators all the time, people that want to get into this YouTube marketplace. Not that we're the experts, but we're the ones that would be happy to help you if we can. Yeah, absolutely.
Because we love you, fam.
Because we love you, fam. Let me pull up. This Ledger story. This is crazy, guys. It's crazy from the standpoint it's big money. And it's just showing you another example of adoption and what is happening in the cryptocurrency industry right now. Even though I feel, and I've said this before, you guys know, I feel like we're in the bear market. I feel 1010 was the top. I said that a month ago or so. And that's just my investment thesis. That's not financial advice. That's just how I've been thinking about the marketplace myself. So even though we're in this bear market, we're seeing a lot of crypto adoption and attraction into the crypto space. Right, here's another example. Crypto market update. Ledger lines up 4 billion New York IPO. Now, I hope you guys understand how much 4 billion is, man. That's a lot. That's a big IPO. 4 billion. According to analysts, Ledger's reported preparation of a New York IPO is signaling signaling that the crypto infrastructure firms are moving back into the public marketplace. So, guys, Ledger, who we all know, I use my Ledger, right? So Ledger, hardware wallet, I use my Ledger. I got 3 of them. I'm not one of those guys that's worried about the sharing of the information relative to your secret seed phrase. However, I love my Ledger. I think this is awesome for crypto. And the company was last valued at $1.5 billion in 2023 funding round, underscoring how sharply sentiment has shifted toward crypto infrastructure firms. We know, guys, they just finished the World Economic Forum, and there was a lot of crypto talk. We know that the Clarity Act is being reviewed. We know the Genesis Act passed. We're seeing these IPOs just come one after another, even part of the 2026 agenda. A lot of the predictions markets, and Dave, I think I skipped over that. We got to get back to your predictions market. But a lot of what was going on in the predictions market was that 2026 is going to be a huge crypto IPO year. And it's probably going to be, in my estimation, just because of all the clarity with the legislation that is lining up right now. So anyways, Goldman Sachs, let's see, blah, blah, blah. The move follows BitGo's, the BTGO recent New York Stock Exchange debut, which helped reopen public markets for crypto native companies. Ledger has benefited from surging demand for self-custody as high profile crypto hacks continue to mount. If completed, the listing would rank among the largest U.S. IPOs by a European crypto firm. What do you think about that, Redman?
Oh, I think it's great. I own a Ledger. My wife is currently using it. I think it's, I think, I've had Ledger since the beginning. It's probably 2019, 2020 is when I bought that one. Had no problems with it. The Ledger Live software, very easy to use. Of course, at Billy Goat Tales, we recommend you use good financial responsibility. And that's when you buy your tokens, take them off the exchanges and put them in a cold wallet, not a hot wallet that stays on the internet. Put them in a cold wallet for safekeeping. These are for your HODL bags, obviously. So don't leave them on exchange. You know how many exchanges have gone down and people have lost all their tokens? Just keeping it on Coinbase or FTX. FTX, perfect example. So yeah, I'm happy they're going IPO. They should. I was amazed to see that it was. It's probably close to $4 billion. Or it says 4 billion plus IPO valuation, but it says nearly tripling Ledger's 1.5 billion valuation from its 2023 funding round, which included investors like True Global Ventures and 10T Holdings. This escalation reflects growing investor confidence in crypto security firms despite market volatility and aligns with Ledger's revenue growth to hundreds of millions in 2025. So, yeah, I'm happy about all these IPOs. It gives more validation to the crypto market itself, and I think it's good. It's good for crypto that we get IPOs.
Well, my question, Red, is do you know your seed phrase for that ledger?
I do. And
let's prove it. Tell me what it is.
It's in a place where you'll never get to, Dave.
No, just tell me. Tell me what it is.
Don't worry. We have automatic censorship tools. If you say it out, it'll just beep it.
You know what my seed phrase
automatic.
My seed phrase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Oh my God,
14,
he's right.
15.
I got his wallet right now.
That's my seed phrase, brother.
Already draining your wallet right now.
And Crabman said something like about the bill that bill isn't what we want. It needs more. Amen to that.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. We brought that up last week on Billy Goattails. That we're so glad that Brian Armstrong decided to pull back and get that in review so that we don't have all that craziness.
And diving deep on Saturday. It's obviously broken. Brian knows what he was talking about. Even if maybe his motivation is a little bit different than what we wish it was, it's still broken. It's super broken. So they were putting us back in the Stone Ages, so. But think about that ledger valuation, Billy, like we heard in our pre-show meeting. Those guys are selling memory sticks, USB sticks. That's what they're selling. You know what I'm saying? That's really what they're selling is a USB stick. And it's a $4 billion USB stick. Wow.
That's amazing.
Well,
and it doesn't even come with the Bitcoin on it.
Yeah, but it's the Ledger Live software that really makes a difference.
Well, of course.
So,
but literally they're selling those. That's wild. Crypto is definitely making its move. Especially if they get anywhere close to that. Yeah.
Anybody else have any comment on the Ledger IPO that they're rumoring?
Putting it in tandem with the Coinbase thing, it's really solidifying more than just the ability to purchase, but the ability to hold and stay sovereign as well, which is incredibly important right now.
Yeah,
it's only the start as well of all these crypto IPOs or crypto company IPOs. Obviously, we've had Circle. There's still rumor going around that USDT or Tether are trying to IPO in America as well. Obviously, Ledger now, and then it's like the age where kind of we will see a lot more as crypto gets more adopted and more accepted as a new form of finance, or DeFi as a new form of finance. We genuinely will see more companies try to get IPO'd, which is a good thing.
Yeah,
and also as well, it's not the small players now. Obviously, it will take time for other players to come in, other big companies to come in and IPO, and obviously it's a process they have to go through. But it's good. I think it's a good point now that a few bigger companies are starting to try to move towards IPO.
And we also heard in the pre-show that the UBS guys, that UBS bank is offering crypto now inside of the bank to their high-end clients. So they're letting the big money get in, and big money seems like they're coming in all the doors. And maybe that'll end up being a little bit of sticky liquidity that everybody's hoping for to get a muted bear market. But Bitcoin's not playing the game right now. It doesn't look like.
Dave's actually jumping ahead a little bit. Right there it is. That was our next segue, Dave. Perfect. UBS plans crypto investing for private banking clients. Now this is for their private banking clients. So you keep that in mind because, whoops, what we got here? How do I get rid of that, Dave?
Like that. We're
Yeah,
good.
you get yeah, except now my story's gone. live. We're live. Let me see. UBS. Right, here we go. Here we go. Uh-oh. Hey guys, am I still live?
You're
Yeah,
live.
you're good.
We just have a different visual up. You can still read from where you're at. Oh, nope, you're not still live. You're frozen. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh, you're back.
You're
Nah,
good, Billy. I think.
you're in and out.
am I back? I think we're going to probably start having some problems here, but let's get to it. So UBS
Yeah,
plans
you're good.
on the. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's frozen.
Okay,
All right.
sorry guys. Yeah, it's this weather. So UBS, I can see the little circle spinning. That's how I know. I'm like, okay, something's wrong. Anyways, UBS guys, you got to keep in mind all these banks, all these brokerage houses, all these big like SoFi. I had a buddy today ask me, why aren't you using SoFi? Well, you know, I came in the Coinbase stages. SoFi wasn't, you know, SoFi is the one of the first national chartered bank that is offering crypto. And he asked me, you know, why are you using SoFi? SoFi's doing a great job of marketing, advertising themselves. And so all these companies like UBS, and they're really starting to come together and they're really starting to offer products. These guys are going to offer products, crypto products to their private banking clients, not for like us to walk in there and just do crypto business, but for the private. That's another sign and a signal of mass adoption. That's another blessing for us. Guys, we're in the right place at the right time. When people still say, are you early? The answer still is yes. We have not scratched the surface. I talked to my one of my brothers about this, my real brothers, call everybody brother, a lot of people brother, but my brother about this, and he's like, man, you know, you were buying Bitcoin at, you know, $15,000. Now it's 80, 90,000. I think I missed the boat. No, you didn't miss the boat. Like this is still early. This is still very, very early because we haven't seen the world harness up and adopt this like they are right now. It's happening now. So this bear market is going to be critical, I believe. I believe this bear market's going to be one of the best bear markets to come into from a standpoint of there's a lot of legislation and a lot of security in place that you and I, most of us, didn't have. We took big risk, a lot bigger than you have to today. So yes, when there's a little less risk because of law and legislation and rules and security, the gain from $1 to 126,000, sure, that gain's not going to be there, but it's going to be still a huge gain that I believe personally, my worthless opinion, you're not going to get this gain anywhere else. We did see NVIDIA do a great job a year ago, 600% gain. That's in my whole lifetime, I haven't seen anything like that in the marketplace. I mean, those are penny stocks that you'd get those kind of gains out of. So yes, it can happen in the stock market, but it's very difficult to time that out like that. In crypto, what did we have, guys? This last run from it went down to what? DDT 16,000, 16.4,
That's when it
15.5,
started. Yeah,
something like that.
16.
And it went up to 126. Guys, that's a great run. And with all of these banks now starting to offer crypto services and this adoption happening like it is exciting to be in this marketplace. What do you think about that, Dave Digital?
Muted.
Oh,
Sorry, I have some background noise. Yeah, it's definitely good to be in the marketplace right now. It's cool to see what's going on. It's cool to see what Bitcoin's doing. It's cool to see adoption. What that's going to mean for what's not cool right now is trying to trade, unless you're Alex Crypto, trying to trade on leverage, because man, if it goes up a little bit, it comes right back down twice as much. Or if it goes down a little bit, it goes back up twice as much. It's just so hard right now in the market to play it. But I love that everybody's coming in. I love that we're getting adoption. I love that these guys are going to go public. I love You know, it doesn't really affect me at all for the bank, you know, but it's great that they're offering it to the rich people because the rich people have most of the money anyway. So let them buy.
Shows maturity and more trust as well with the
Yeah,
asset,
for sure.
because crypto has always been very speculative for the last few
Yeah.
years. But now we have big institutions in, we have banks, we have hedge funds investing in crypto companies. So there's a lot more trust from the traditional finance, and obviously more buy-in now. So
And there's
that's
a
kind of
lot
helping.
Yeah, and we
paper
saw.
dollar transactions as well.
Yeah, and
And
I
we're
think we
losing.
saw on who was it? Was it Rob on Dan this morning? He showed a graphic that showed that Bitcoin over a 30, and I don't know the exact metric, but some kind of volatility metric over a 30-day period. And Bitcoin wasn't the most volatile with Apple and Microsoft and all these other ones, Nvidia. It wasn't the most volatile. So Bitcoin may be cooling down with all these people coming in. I don't mean cooling. I just mean the swings. You know, maybe
Yeah.
they won't be as violent.
I think
Bollinger
those moves are
Bands
tied to
don't.
generational wealth transfer, and also just simply we're experiencing some really uncharted territory with the socioeconomic status of multiple nations here, and the fact that we're transitioning something big here. So a lot of people are getting out and into those precious metals and trying to find their hedge. And even with all this sell pressure, the very ominous doom and gloom situation of the Bitcoin monthly, it's still surprising to me that we are holding the line as long as we are without sinking right down to the bottom.
And that's why I think it's going to be a great bear market for people coming in this time.
I feel like it'll be tamer, yeah.
Well, to DDT's point too, is there's trillions of dollars sitting on the sidelines right now, guys. That wasn't last bull run, our last bear run. Meaning now that there is a lot of legal ease and clarity, and once they get this Clarity Act cemented, and hopefully it's good for all of us, and we can keep staking and keep getting the rewards that we all participate in and want to utilize, which I feel like they're going to get it done. I mean, I don't know because big money is the banks and the banks got a lot of power. I hope they get it done. I have no clue, but I'm hoping that they
Worst
get it
case
done.
scenario is they just repackage it. You know, they'll just call it something that isn't interest or isn't staking, or they'll just call it something else. Is what'll happen. You know, they'll write a law, and that's what crypto's all about. It's about going around it, you know, and using that law basically, and then standing on it, just going around it, not breaking the law,
Well,
doing their own thing still.
I think what they're doing slowly is they're just jumping on board. The banks are jumping on board with crypto,
Right.
and it's a big fear for them, right? So you're not going to beat it. It's a better way, right? We know that it's a better financial system. So most of the big banks are jumping on board, but there's some holdouts, and Brian Armstrong talked about that. We'll get into that during the Coinbase, which is our cover story, which is our thumbnail. We're going to break down some Coinbase stuff here. But yeah, I really think this bear market's going to be good because you have trillions that is sitting on the sidelines. You have still most of the wealthiest people in the world that are still not in crypto. When they come on board and really become believers, and besides the states, besides the countries, besides the institutions and the banks, there's a lot of money that's going to be transferred, a lot of wealth transferred. And to your point, yeah, gold has done something too that I haven't seen in my lifetime. I mean, in '72, it was a little volatile, right? But all through the
Yeah.
'80s and all, like my whole life, basically, gold was stagnant. I mean, I remember like 300, it was, $300 for a long time, stayed in that $300 range.
Yep.
And so what gold has just done and silver is doing now is amazing. Don't doubt about it. I mean, I don't want to take away from Peter Schiff's argument there. Like it's done its thing. It is what it is. You can't beat it. I mean, it's true. It's factual.
What a great interview, right, Billy, with Randy and Peter Schiff. Wow.
It was a great
Just
interview.
to see the generations there going back and forth. And you can tell he loves her. I mean, he
Yeah.
wasn't just being mean. He was toying a little bit, playing around, but you can tell he wants to see her grow and he wants to bring her right along with him. Why else would he do it? You could just tell. I think he loves her. I think it's really cool to see that. What a great interview.
Well, it was, and I've watched a lot of his interviews, and I've been on his X Spaces, and I've even asked him questions on his own X Spaces, and I met Peter Schiff, as you guys know, and took a picture
Yeah.
with him. He definitely makes some good points. He's just broken when it comes to Bitcoin, and I think part of his identity now is anti-Bitcoin. So he's getting a lot of. He's playing the social media piece of
That's his
that, and he's
marketing
playing it
tool.
up. Yeah, that's his marketing
Yeah,
tool.
and it works. He's
it
been in
works.
this industry way longer than Bitcoin was. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So now he
Yeah.
just uses it as a little toy that he can play around and get more engagement with, and it works. He's smart,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he
Yeah,
doesn't need it. He doesn't need Bitcoin for its asset or monetary value. He can use it for its other values. You know, its social value.
Yeah. On that note, I just gotta jump in and say I gotta leave for my nephew's birthday now.
Yeah,
It
man.
was a pleasure being on this half of the show. I wish you guys much love and luck on the rest of the show here.
Yeah, brother. Thank you, Crash.
All right,
Appreciate you.
We love you, fam.
Yeah.
Fam.
Take care, boys.
Yeah.
Later.
So let's say hi to Crabman. Let's say hi to I see All Sets in the house. Curtis Hill's in the house. Good to see you guys. We're up to 51 people all together on X and on YouTube. Appreciate all you guys sticking around, checking us out. We got a lot more to go into. We're really going to break down what's going on with Coinbase from a firsthand user experience, and also from what Brian Armstrong said. But first, I did want to say Jimmy Jim's not with us, unfortunately, but we do, as we promised at Billy Goat Tales, we are authors and writing children's books about Bitcoin and the blockchain and trying to keep our kids safe and learn in a fun way about blockchain and about Bitcoin. And so I wrote the first book. Jeff Redman wrote the second book. Jimmy is now authoring the third book. It's going to be out the end of this first quarter. So 2026 first quarter at the end of it. But you get a little peek preview of what's happening.
Hi, Billy Goat Tales family.
Are you ready for a blockchain story with bits and blocks? Coming soon!
Great
There's
job, Tony.
Jimmy Jim.
Great job, Jimmy, too.
Good job, Tony and Jim.
Let's go. And just for the record, that was our very own Tex-Mex Biomex that put together that promo video in about 20 minutes while we were in the meeting.
That
Thank you
was
very
crazy.
much, Tex-Mex. Great job.
Yeah, great job. But guys, we're so excited to be able to touch children in a positive way, telling stories, fairy tale stories. Redman's was about the tricky wolf and the wise boy. Mine was the bridge to Bitcoin, basically about the troll underneath the bridge, always trying to be the scammer, and we got to keep everyone safe by letting them cross the bridge safely. And now Jimmy's is bits and blocks, and I'm not going to get into the story. You're going to have to read it, but it's very, very good. And as we've been writing these books and launching them, we are learning too. We are learning so much about how to become an author and everything about formatting and thickness and paper storytelling with the fairy tales. And it's been a great, beautiful godsend learning curve for us.
Illustrating.
Illustrating. It's been really fun. And I hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoy doing them. They're just a blast to do. With that, Dave, let's pull up and get into our main story with Coinbase and what is happening there, because there is a lot going on over there on Coinbase. Now, full disclosure, I do use Coinbase. I am not like a lot of these other guys that have been in crypto. They kind of laugh at you if you tell them you use Coinbase. You know, look, for me, it's user-friendly. It's based in the United States. I think it's probably the number one on-ramp, off-ramp exchange that is out there. That's just me. That's how I view it. Don't know if that's factually the truth or not. I'm just telling you that's the way I view it. And I like what Brian Armstrong has been doing. Yes, it does. They go against the ethos of Bitcoin. When Bitcoin started, it was all about have no central banks, have no centralized authority, have it be peer to peer. And I get that, and I'm all for that. And I wish that we could have all of that and the benefits of all of that without rules and regulations. And I do, but if we want to see the Bitcoin price go up and be adopted, there's got to be rules and regulations. And I hate that. But it's just the way it is. And so I like the fact that he is basically trying to be out there in the front, taking charge and help write the bills and structure it in a way that does protect what's left of the ethos as best as he can. I like that. And sure, he's doing that for his business. But he came into it as a crypto guy, and he understands the ethos. And so he's got to protect his business, and he's got to think about the adoption and how it's going to be good for his business, of course. But I use Coinbase personally, and I use it all the time, almost every single day. And now that they've added so much, I wanted to talk to you, and we all do. The whole team is educated on this, about all of the services that they're offering. And no, we are not sponsored by Coinbase. We have gotten zero money from Coinbase. We just use Coinbase, and we want to make sure that you understand they have been on a whirlwind this year, offering new services to you, especially to U.S. customers that most people don't even know about.
But Coinbase, if you're listening, we would be happy to have a sponsor. I think we're a great fit. Come on through.
Of course.
Right, Billy?
Look, we don't just get any sponsor. You'll have to go through our protocol to make sure you fit. But yes, I'm just joking. We love Coinbase, and we certainly want sponsors that we use and know about, and it's just good partnership with. But they want to become the everything exchange, and that's their strategy. And it's a one-stop shop. So you're going to see they're offering these, not just spot where they started, but the derivatives, the commodities, and prediction markets under one roof. That is what they're trying to do. Now, these derivatives, this derivative focus, capturing the 80% of the global volume they were missing because they didn't have the perps. And so since they didn't have them, they were missing out on a lot of the commission, a lot of the transaction fees. And so of course they have to do that. Now, perps futures are something you can go in your Coinbase and do right now. So I went in and I got me a silver contract on Coinbase February 25th. And I did that on Thursday. And of course, remember, on the traditional markets, commodities markets, it's Monday through Friday. So that hasn't changed. So it's closed Saturday and Sunday. But the market still keeps moving. And that was a DDT, by the way. But the market keeps moving even though it's closed, right? So I can still watch how it's performing, and up until that point where she closes. So I was up, guys, by trading silver on future, on the perps, about 30%, and it's silver. So if you want to get yourself exposed to it, always talk to your financial advisor. Make sure you do your own research. I'm not here to endorse anything, but it's available. That's the key. It's available on Coinbase right now. I already did the trade, and with their aggressive expansion mode that they're in, which if you look at the slide, it talks about their aggressive expansion mode, moved from just 300 assets to 400 or 40,000 plus tradable assets via the DEX integration. What is the DEX integration? Well, guys, they teamed up with Solana. And right now, you and me know this, us crypto guys, if we had to go to get a Phantom wallet, if we want to trade any of the Solana tokens, we have to go get a Phantom wallet. And then if you have to buy some Solana, then after you buy some Solana, you have to go to Jupiter and you have to transfer it from Jupiter. And then you can, get your retail does not want to do that. Retail does not want to do that. So Coinbase integrated with Solana to be able to offer all of those tokens. And by the way, guys, I already did it. So it was so easy. I went into my Coinbase app. I I pulled up the Solana tokens. I grabbed one, and hey, man, I've done this 1,000 times. Not with Coinbase, but with the Phantom wallet or with the Cardano wallet. When you know that a meme or a new coin is getting ready to come out, trying to get a piece of that, you got to adjust your leverage. You got to get in your wallet settings. You got to be an OG. You got to know something about trying to get those new coins. Redman knows all about this. Solana just took all those steps, or excuse me, Coinbase just took all those steps away. They made it so you just go in there. They set the leverage. They execute that order. They made it so it's so easy. Now, if you want to pull that slide back up, Dave, we know that, hey, man, when you have things that easy, you are going to pay for the comfort of that. Just like in our team meeting, we were talking about Army Piper and I had this conversation before. There's this whole retail mindset. Like I was using my brother as example. He's not a crypto guy, but he's interested in Bitcoin. He doesn't want to mess with wallets. He don't want to mess with self-custody. He just wants to be able to go into his Coinbase, set it up so it takes out $100 every week or every month, and forget about it. He doesn't care that he's going to pay with Coinbase, as we know, the OGs guys, right? We know that if you go into the retail Coinbase wallet, you're going to pay a little more for spot price than you would if you were a Coinbase One or other ways too to get the real spot price, right?
They add their fees on top of it. Yeah.
Right. So, but who cares if you're a retail user and you're not into all that? You just want to get some Bitcoin. So that spread, you're really not interested in, hey man, if I could buy Bitcoin for 86,000 or 86,800, he just wants some Bitcoin and he wants to keep dollar cost averaging in weekly and not think about it. That's most of the people out there, guys. That's 90% of the people out there. We are the small sliver that, no, I'm going to trade it. I want to buy it the cheapest. I want to set my entry point. I want to get it at the real spot price. That's us. That's who we are. But Coinbase is gearing up for the mass adoption of retail. And it also then has, through Coinbase One in the advanced mode, allows us, the crypto people, to not only get it at the real spot price with just their nominal fee, but also we get a rebate. So if you're part of Coinbase One, the monthly subscription, then you get a rebate every time I buy Bitcoin, or every time I have a trade to execute, I get a rebate, and it comes up right there. So I'm for that retail because I think that's where most of the people rest at. They're not us, guys. They're just not crypto people. They need the ease of use and have it be very user friendly. And what Coinbase just did with that Solana integration, guys, that is live right now. I used it. I'm just blown away by that kind of work that they've done, but it does come with some downside. And I want to kick it around. What do you think about the whole integration? What do you think about their platform, Redman? Where's it going? What's your thoughts on it, brother?
Yeah. So my big thing is I use Coinbase. Yes, I know there's cheaper ways of accumulating crypto. 2-bit, for example. You could use decentralized exchanges or centralized exchanges, but that are cheaper than Coinbase. But Coinbase doesn't have the problem that those exchanges do. So you got to think about security. You got to think about what you're paying for when you're buying crypto. You got to think about how safe it is. Yes, it's a little more expensive. My big thing with Coinbase is I was trying to onboard my parents who are in their 70s, and I couldn't get them KYC. They could not KYC themselves because they were not able to hold the driver's license up to the camera and keep it straight enough, long enough to get KYC. Okay, so I had to wait till they came down here to where I live, and then I got them KYC once they got here, right? So they could start buying Bitcoin on Coinbase because that's what they wanted to do. And so my suggestion to Coinbase is look at your KYC efforts, whatever your protocols, whatever they are now. Try to get them as easy as possible to get people onboarded. And I'm not talking about the younger generation. I'm talking about the older generations that have all the money. The younger generations don't have the money. The older generations have the money. They've been saving up forever. So if you're looking for liquidity, go after retirement accounts, go after the 50 and over crowd, go after those people because they got all the money, and make it very easy for them to KYC. And once you start pulling those people in, you're going to pull in massive volumes that come with them. So that's one thing that I suggest that Coinbase does. Another thing that I really like what Coinbase is doing is they're trying to stay fluid. And what I mean by that is they've integrated Kalshi into these prediction markets. I can't wait till it comes out. I want to see it. I'm on Kalshi right now. I like prediction markets. I like looking at that kind of stuff. It intrigues me to find out how everybody else feels about certain situations or maybe a game or whatever. I participated in prediction markets, very little bits at a time, but yeah, I'm kind of dipping my toes into it, and I really like it. It's very easy to use. Now, Coinbase took the best of both worlds, right? Now you've got a crypto exchange and a prediction market, very successful prediction market company working together. And that's going to be massive for them. I think it's really bullish for them. I also like the fact that they went into perps and they're going in and they're doing the tokenized stock. I mean, not tokenized stocks, but the ETFs. And they do have, I think they do have tokenized stock. Don't they have the Magnificent Seven? I thought they had the Magnificent Seven.
Well, there's not really tokenized stock. That's what Binance is trying to do. We got a story coming up about that.
Yeah. But I thought that you could, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I know Ondo's has a lot of tokenized
and
stuff.
Solana has the ability to do that too.
Some of that, but I just don't think it's there yet.
Yeah. So I'm really interested in seeing how they integrate the 402 protocol into Coinbase. That's a big one that I'm waiting for and that I'm looking at, because as you know, here on Billy Goat Tales, we use AI a lot. And so, especially Dave Digital.
I've never used AI in my life.
You made all this stuff from scratch, huh, Dave Digital?
Yeah, I just got a pen and a paper, bro.
You got a microwave and a screwdriver and made it happen. But anyways, yeah, so I'm interested to see, because I want to start seeing these AI agents start paying each other. That is very interesting to me, because that is going to open up a whole world and a whole new ecosystem. And I think Coinbase is trying to really stay ahead of the innovation. And hats off to you. They got the money to do it. I hope they can. It does say Coinbase tokenized an institutional solution for tokenizing assets with further details slated for 2026 to facilitate on-chain real-world asset exposure. Okay, that makes sense. So it's just not out yet. We'll have to wait later on down the 2026 road. But that's all I got, Billy. I'll get back over to you.
Oh man, that's a good. What's your thoughts, Dave? Pros, cons? What's the whole Coinbase piece? What are you thinking about it?
That's what the WhatsApp does, right? So we need something over here that competes. I mean, it seems like that's what people want, is they want an app that does everything. I think that's what Elon is eventually trying to do. So I think it's smart for Brian to stake his claim. I mean, Google wasn't necessarily a first mover, but it was one of the first movers, and it stuck. So I think it's smart. Like Red was saying, I think it's super smart to partner up with people like Kalshi. I say partner up, maybe they're going to buy them. I mean, I don't know how it all works. Maybe maybe they're just swapping people or getting some people in there. So, yeah, I see my camera just went out. But, that's just, I think that's smart business is what I think for Brian. I appreciate what he's doing, and hopefully he does everything right.
What's your thoughts, DDT?
Yeah, I think Coinbase now has proven itself to be trustworthy and proven to be an innovator in regards to a centralized exchange based on the offering and their roadmaps for offering improvements to customers and different options of trading or investing to customers. And obviously as well, based in America, it's kind of got jurisdiction and laws and there's some security in regards to the money that you invest in it, or kind of with crypto or USDT or USDC. So it's not just a shady exchange, to put it plainly. For the most part, yeah, it's on the right track. And Dave was alluding to it as well. Like, I think the next you'd see now, or you see most recently, or in the last few years, like Nvidia, or like these big companies doing acquisitions of smaller companies in similar field. And I think that's kind of the thing that Coinbase is starting to do now. Obviously, we've had Kraken. I think Kraken bought NinjaTrader and Tradeovate, and they've obviously acquired Breakout. So I think crypto acquisitions is probably kind of the next thing that kind of you'll see all the big exchanges start kind of going into. And I think with what Brian Armstrong is doing, kind of his stake in the crypto bulls and the legislation, and kind of the developments going on, it can only get better for them kind of at this point as well. But to Red's point as well, is just about making things a bit simpler for on-ramp, for KYC and on-ramps. That is probably kind of one of the next steps as well. And then also as well, kind of, yeah, just being a one-stop shop for a lot of different options in investing.
Did you just say that Kraken bought Breakout?
They acquired Breakout. I don't know how the legalities are kind of.
Congratulations,
like,
Trader Main, bro.
Yeah.
So
Those
that out of nothing. That's cool.
So seeing what other bigger companies have done, kind of that's my thought with the crypto acquisitions. So that, I think, is the next big power play by all these big exchanges. Obviously, like Kalshi and all these other smaller kind of offerings within the crypto space, or betting markets, or poly market, or whatever you call it, like those type of things. That's probably where you'll start seeing these exchanges kind of scale their offerings. And I think that's kind of what Brian, although Coinbase is doing that more in-house and kind of with kind of an in-house centralized kind of offering of various things, or various kind of investment vehicles, the kind of the next best thing for me is I would say just to watch, just watch the acquisitions. You'll see them start kind of as they grow, and they start getting all these big investments in now. Yeah, you'll see them acquire kind of a few of the smaller kind of players to make their offering a lot better and a lot more astute.
Yeah,
These prop firms, I mean, that's mainstream now. You see it everywhere. I mean, it's inside of every show. Like, they're doing segments on the news and all this stuff about the spreads and the people that are going to catch a pass and the prop bets. And it's so crazy to me that, you know, when I was growing up, you had to go to a bookie. I mean, I never did. That was maybe even a little bit before me, but that's how you place bets, unless you're just betting with friends, you know, or in Vegas. You know, now it's just like you just pop open your phone and there it is.
So Coinbase, and just in 2025, acquired 10 companies. Deribit, which we are talking about, the clearing company, Echo, Liquify, a few others here. But overall, they've already acquired 30 to 35 companies. It's been really Brian's little forte, while a lot of these other companies are launching IPOs, that he's been on a buying spree to be able to, I think, build that platform. If you want to put that slide back up, Dave, that platform of the everything exchange. The guys, to me, has been, you gotta understand, everybody looks at these CEOs like they're different than you and me. They're not. This guy simply, if you read his story, if you've listened to him on any of his podcasts, and you can go back to most of these guys, they had an idea, and typically their idea was simple. And through the execution of that idea, they started to imagine other things. And as they're executing it, they roll this in, they roll that in, they hire people. The next thing you know, it starts to grow. And now this man, and everybody's talking about it, how when he tweeted that he's going to pull out of this, he can't, like, it shut it down. It surprised him, just as he didn't do that to shut it down. He did it because he is finding himself in this multi-billion-dollar company now, and there's no handbook for this, guys. Like, it just, these guys are just like you and me. He's learning how to become a CEO these last 15 years, and he is becoming a great CEO, in my opinion. And it's just amazing, some of the stuff that he's able to do. So it tells me that he has a great team around him. It tells me he has a great team around him. And it's amazing to watch this happen. The birth of a company come to formation and have so much power. And when he tweeted that out, and we had feedback on that, right? The feedback was, well, who does he think he is? Or when did they grant him all this power? Well, they didn't. He didn't even know he had that power, man. It's just like, he's authentic. He stuck up for what he believed. He didn't play the game. And this is what happens. And I just think that's so cool.
Something to kind of just add was just that basically, as a business, all businesses want to have better value propositions than the competitors. And that's all he's doing now is he's creating the best crypto value proposition as a central exchange. And kind of, I don't think there is any other exchange currently that offers what they offer. Or maybe they have, maybe other crypto exchanges have acquired, but not kind of within the platform. Like you were saying, you can go into Coinbase and you can do whatever you need to do within the app, or within kind of an off branch. You click a link out of the app to kind of get to another platform that they've acquired, or there's no kind of, maybe they'll get to the usability and that type of stuff, but the value proposition is there, and they're building and expanding and making the value proposition better as they grow as well. So they can't really be beat on that.
Yeah, and I think there's so much more to come from them. So I am definitely a proponent. It is where I have, other than the ledger, I do use 2-bit as a trading exchange. I do have accounts everywhere, right? So I have MEXC, I have FEMEX, I have, like everybody else, right? We have probably lots of accounts. But really where I do most of my action is at Coinbase and 2-bit. I would say those are the two that I have most of my action. And if you notice, we don't even have our exchange link. I have an exchange link, affiliate link, or exchange link with Coinbase. Everybody does, right? Everybody has it. But we haven't put that on our website or anything like that, because we're truly not sponsored or affiliated with them. But I just appreciate what they're doing. I just really appreciate what they're doing. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong camera there. Yeah, so let's move on. If everybody's done with that topic, can you bring up the ETH chart and tell us what's going on with ETH, DDT, if you got a minute?
It's going to zero. No, it's not looking good. It is definitely not looking
Everything's
good.
going to zero.
It's going to zero, brother.
It's not looking good. Money flow red. Current weekly candle has taken out basically about 7 or 8 weeks worth of price action. It's just about hit the value area low, macro value area low at about 2,800 or 2,800. Your daily time frames, also your money flow is now curving back out, rolling down. You do have a deep anchored wave though, so you probably will be rounding out within the next few days to look for a lower high. At this point now, we had a local volume profile with the value area low at 2,900, which we found support, but we were just going between for this week, or for a bit of this week, between 2,800 or 2,900 and 3,000. And yeah, just rejected there. It's money flows coming out 4 hour obviously as well as one that I track. It's just been red literally since we hit this range. So it kind
of what's the next massive volume node underneath where we're at right now? What do you
2,500 or 2,600 is where I was saying so at this point 2,800 where we are now is kind of very key to hold. And yes, we have some liquidity here because of all these wicks and kind of buy-ups kind of on the way from we were at 2,600 previously back up to 3,400. So these wicks here, there's still liquidity there locally. Yeah, around kind of this zone, sweeping out all of this would make sense. So take all that out, clean that up, and then kind of get a decent bullish divergence below here, kind of around 2600. For at least then to start trying to get back up to make a lower high, close to 3000, I would think. Weekly, let's just check the weekly's really kind of just red dot, green dot doing the traffic lights. Daily bullish divergence, maybe a 3-day. Yeah, 3 days still got some work to do before it drops out. 2-day. Probably at this point, reversal would be close to a 3-day or 1-day, sorry, daily bullish divergence. So you would expect it to work down, work its way back up, come back down, kind of into here. Between 2500 and 2600 is probably where I'd say that would probably form. Reversals, you would probably be able to front run that on the 4-hour now, on a 4-hour bullish divergence, but I don't expect it to puke $200 to give you that just yet. But as this daily bullish divergence could form somewhere down here, but the way you'd front run that is looking at the 4-hour, I would say. 1 hour to 4-hour divergence is kind of in here after your daily red dot is confirmed and come up, then it's kind of where you're looking for. At this point, yeah, it's not looking good for, obviously 2800 is key, and we've just closed a 4-hour candle below on higher volume as well, which is not ideal because it's a vector candle. For the most part, like I was saying, to red was just
and we're below the 50% from the high.
Yeah, where's the other chart? What was this one? Let me look at ETH on this chart quickly. Just see where we are in regards to the EMAs. It's going to look way worse. Yeah, 2600 to 2630 is the 1 week 200 EMA, which is generally kind of the next bounce, usually in the kind of the drop down to the bear. You drop onto the 50-week EMA, range around, dropped onto the 200 EMA, range around on the 1 week. So that 200 EMA on the weekly lines up with kind of this 25 to 2600 zone that I've been watching there. Bar that this week, yeah, it's just got absolutely obliterated this week. All of a sudden, yeah, kind of came back into the daily 200 EMA about 10 days ago. Same when Bitcoin hit 98K. Also, the daily bearish divergence into the 200 EMA, not good. For the time being, there's not much support below it. Yeah, bar that 2500 to 2600. If it just had to fall through everything, then obviously your next support is kind of, you've got some support around 2300, 2200 is probably the next kind of this zone here. There's a lot. The thing is, there's lots of, from what I look at, there's lots of volume weighted support below us. It just, you have to look for the reversal signs. It can just melt through levels and it can just carry on going down. That's the thing. So the way that I kind of look at this kind of from a trading perspective is just that when it hits a level, you look for the confluence for that it's going to reverse. You don't just take a trade blindly just because it hits 2600. It can get to 2600 and just melt and kind of not give you the confluences to actually trade it.
So you're saying no on limit orders then?
Everyone's got different risk limitations and risk parameters and stuff. I don't, because I tend to be an aggressive trader trying to get the best risk to reward. So ideally with a limit order, I'd have to set a wider stop, risk, put less margin, and that type of thing. So ideally what I would want to do if I was going to take a trade at 2600, not being financial advice, is just that I would wait to see the price action give me confirmations to take the trade. That makes I have means I can take a narrower stop, a smaller stop percentage from where my entry is, and kind of add extra margin to kind of risk to reward, get my risk to reward up, rather than having a 1 to 3. I can, on a wider stop, I can get like a 1 to 7, 1 to 8 on a tighter stop, and the trade will still go in my favor, and I'll be getting in on momentum rather than just trying to catch a knife. But
see, that's alpha right there. That is big strategy.
Everyone has their own ways of how they trade. You know, I can't kind of do this for you, and kind of everyone has to figure that out for themselves. But with the way I do it, I want to narrow a stop, and I want max risk to reward. I want something above 5 to 6, whereas some people are happy with a 1 to 3 and a wider stop, like a 2% stop and risk, and go for like a 4 or 5% trade. Kind of the percentage the price will need to move to get to a final TP. but yeah, kind of at this point now, based on where we're at, is I'm very kind of anti-knife catching unless I see confluent kind of a swing failure pattern confirm, or I see divergences starting to confirm with money flow starting to come up on kind of relevant timeframes, and kind of I generally just will wait for price action to hit levels and reassess, or assess as price hits. At this point, I'm not interested in ETH just because it's just taken out a hell of this week. It's taken out like 8 to 9 weeks with the price action almost. So it's not the best thing. And also there's no top wick. There's very little bottom wick at the moment. A straight sell-off capitulation, kind of aggressive, which is even worse, even more of a case not to try and catch the knife on these type of kind of price action moves. But yeah, for the most part, that's kind of how I would trade this, kind of if I had to see kind of confirmations when it hits these levels. But kind of I'm thinking at this point, I think there's a lot of kind of people that'll be saying based on EMAs, SMAs, kind of every different kind of oscillator that kind of different traders, different people will use. I think 25,000-2600 is kind of the base range of where a lot of kind of respected traders are kind of looking now next. But by that, it's 2,200 to 2,300. It's kind of my next below that. And yeah, doom and gloom, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think we got a long time till next October-ish area. And I hope a lot of people are in cash or at least in silver or gold right now while you're trying to recoup. Like I've been very open and honest, like 1010 Red Nose, that was a killer. Like my HODL bags got beat up from the feet up on 1010, and it was sad. It was sad. And so, but the overall, the trading in 2025 was amazing. Like I made good money trading and big long swings, mostly. Alex O has a gift. I mean, to go in there in seconds, make 10 grand, 5 grand. I mean, he has a system and a gift that is amazing. And so does all these guys, Lifer, Frankie, Jason Casper, good, just a lot of good traders. DDT, you're in there too. It's just, for me, I'm always trying to make any crypto money to buy more Bitcoin. And so I use my HODL bags to buy my biggest share of Bitcoin. And when those HODL bags took that dump, it's like, all that did for me was like, I'm not going to be able to buy as much Bitcoin as I wanted. So it just kind of, but that's part of being in the game. It's part of being in the game, guys. So hopefully we can get some more ETH back down there at that 1,800 mark. I remember I was gobbling it up at 1,800 and everybody was, you remember Jesse? F ETH. Everybody, I was like, you guys keep saying that. I'm buying. I was buying like crazy. ETH did a really good job for me in 2025. And Jimmy too, I think. We, like, that is one of the altcoins that performed very well from, I think, what was the bottom on ETH back in 22? Was it 600 or? No, it was like $800 or something, wasn't it? It
was just below 900 for the bear market bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And then on the capitulation peak around tariffs, last year, July, it was about 1,400, I think. 1,450.
Yeah. So. Buy zone. 1418 was a buy zone. I thought it did very well. For a lot of people don't think, because it barely moved past its all-time high. It did set a new all-time high, but it didn't really do what Bitcoin did relative to percentage on its all-time high. So, but hey, man, ETH to me isn't going anywhere. It's a good bet, and it's in my portfolio, and I'm always going to have some ETH in my bags, man. I wanted to get to, since we're talking about all this adoption but Binance. So we just talked about that a little bit ago, Red. But here's Binance considers U.S. stock tokens, and this is real stock tokens. So what you got to keep in mind, there is a lot of what the heck? Now this wants me to log in. What you got to keep in mind is, see, it's showing one thing on the screen and showing a different on my screen. So it's crazy. Let me see if I can take this off. Maybe they don't like the fact that you're trying to share it. That's probably what it is. We're going to be.
I got some screwed.
Yeah. Well, and I'll set it up and you can punt it. keep in mind there are guys, for people new into the space. When we talk about a tokenized stock, there's a lot of legal requirements that you have to go through to make that happen. But certainly there's right now on different exchanges a quasi version of tokenized stocks. You're not really buying the stock. You're buying a facsimile of that stock. And so, yes, you can go out and buy some, say on Solana, you can go out and buy Tesla. And there's supposed to be some one-to-one connection with the stock price, but that's really, it's not really regulated. And it's kind of like anybody can do that. What they're talking about at Binance is truly making it a tokenized stock. So when you buy that, it does truly and is regulated and can be verified and audited that you're buying a piece of that stock through tokenization. So that's where people get confused and they think it's already out there. It is in a quasi unrestricted, unregulated manner. It is, but what CZ's talking about here is truly making it a tokenized stock that's one-to-one. And with that, I'll kick that over to you, Red.
Yeah, I think Binance is trying to ride on the coattails of the Trump administration. I think that they think this is now their chance to get by, and they're using it. It says right here. It says Binance is eyeing a comeback for tokenized U.S. stocks after ditching them in 2021 due to regulatory heat. Now aiming to blend crypto speed with Wall Street's giants like Tesla and Apple for 24/7 trading thrills. Is it going to go through? I mean, it might. I don't know. It still has to pass the regulatory scrutiny of what's going on today, and it's going to have to dodge the EU, not just in America. So I think the big thing here is liquidity, right? Crypto has a liquidity problem, so they're trying to tap into these TradFi markets to pull more liquidity out of TradFi and put it into crypto. And they're using this 24/7 thing as like like an open sale sign on a business. You know what I mean? Trying to attract more buyers. But yeah, it says this isn't just stock. It's part of a bigger tokenized world boom where RWAs like equities go on chain, boosting liquidity and drawing trillions in value. So that's just, and then X is ablaze with speculation, users betting on Polymarket and debating if Binance nails this. It could skyrocket adoption and fees in slow crypto markets. It says excitement aside, U.S. watchdogs could throw curveballs. Pending laws might delay or derail, but Binance is pushing for a seamless TradFi crypto mashup. It said if Binance pulls this off, it could bridge crypto and stocks like never before, attracting mainstream investors and redefining finance. Watch this space. So yeah, it's definitely something to watch. It's definitely something that hasn't been, passed yet. We'll have to see if it actually comes to fruition, but it's a lot of speculation right now.
Yeah, it's speculation. It's something in the works. It's certainly not going to happen tomorrow, but it is an interesting positioning move. Any thoughts on that, DDT?
Yeah, I think with the 24-hour thing, I think crypto exchanges and tokenization is trying to front run what the NASDAQ and COMEX are actually going to do in anyway on traditional brokerages being 24 hours. So it may be a silver bullet for a while. Kind of get the 24-hour trading before the 24-hour trading actually comes on within the traditional brokerages, but also as well the thing with the crypto exchanges is use USDT. So everything is either USDT or USDC backed rather than kind of USD or whatever your country's local currency that you would trade on traditional brokerage.
Doesn't that change though? Doesn't it change? Like, because I know a lot of traders. I've heard a bunch of traders say, "Well, market open, market close." Like, I'll trade the market open. I'll watch watch for the pump, or I'll watch for this and watch that. Well, if it's 24/7, there is no market open and market close, right?
Yeah, there won't.
So that kind of that goes away, right?
I think crypto is just front running the actual case that the Nasdaq and the Comex are actually going to, or stock exchange for that matter, are going to be 24 hours in anyway at some point. So for the most part, for now, we might be just taking some of the liquidity and taking some of the kind of the transactional nature and the liquidity. But for the most part anyway, the Nasdaq and Comex and traditional brokerages are heading that way. Obviously, it takes longer for them to implement and kind of get all the framework and the liquidity providers and market makers in, specifically to kind of act 24/7. So yeah, kind of, I think crypto is just front running it, and we'll see. The thing is, I think we also as well, what they're trying to do is just get kind of crypto native and people who've only been crypto native to also look at kind of trading stocks and other assets. So that is also kind of the one of the it could be a pitfall in the sense that, like for me, if I had to do it, I've got traditional brokerages I could use if I'm going 24/7, and also as well the traditional brokerages I use, they're all kind of FCA, which is like the SEC or CTFC equivalent in the UK. They're kind of all regulated and exchange. They're all regulated. So if I lose money or they go down, obviously there's some form of insurance. But bar the kind of crypto exchange goes down, if the crypto exchange isn't regulated to that kind of end, then yeah, you lose your money. So it's playing in the crypto casino again. So there's lots of kind of things that they need to kind of work on to kind of make it worthwhile, to kind of either take the TradFi bros and bring them onto the crypto exchanges to trade their assets, or kind of get the crypto native bros to kind of start kind of trading the actual TradFi assets on the exchanges as well.
That's why I like what Coinbase is doing.
Yeah, Coinbase, definitely. They're going to change the back end. In the front end, they're going to keep it the same, but the back end is going to be changed so that both sides can work with each other, no problem. And you wouldn't even know you're working with TradFi people, and TradFi wouldn't even know that they're working with crypto people.
It's all the integration between the two as well, and that's probably the delay. And obviously the quasi kind of things you see now on different exchanges, I could trade gold on BingX or whatever it is. It's not necessarily trading like the actual gold that you would trade on Comex or kind of a traditional brokerage. It's somehow linked price wise.
Paper.
Yeah, there's a price oracle somehow that links the kind of price of gold, physical price of gold or whatever it is, to the price you're trading on your exchange, kind of in the nitty-gritties. But the thing is, you're not necessarily kind of trading it kind of realistically, for the most part. So
it's not true. It's paper. There's so many more paper. What was that? We had it on a show. It's such a huge number of, like, how many gyrations there is of, let's say, the paper gold versus what is actually the real gold in the world. And it's like they've blended that up, and that is such an I mean, it's scary. It is scary how it's overinflated. And that's another thing I like about Coinbase and what Brian Armstrong was saying with staking. It is no fractional lending like these banks are doing. There's no fractional paper like these banks are doing. This is 1-to-1. They're staking, what they call staking is interest, basically, and it's no fractional lending. So it's a 1-to-1. It's more safer. It's more complete than the fractional lending system, which is the legacy system. So I agree with him on that. I wanted to get to this because we're talking about Binance and what they are planning on doing, what's in the news, but also, the political side. CZ says he has no business ties with the Trump family. Here we go again. Man, this thing is killing me. Wow. As soon as I start to scroll down.
Do you normally sign into that?
No, never have. I don't know why.
It's because you probably hit a benchmark where you have to subscribe.
I must have. I mean, like all these times we pulled up these stories. So I'm going to start putting in there that I don't want anything with ads. But anyways, CZ making it clear he has no ties to the Trump family. We probably, I see Dave Digital's popping back up there. We probably,
I feel like they're just trying to FUD Trump on this one. I feel like they're
is
just
that what
trying
you
to-
think it is?
I feel it feels that way. Now, I don't have any advice. I mean, I don't have any evidence, but it feels like they're just trying to FUD Trump and say, oh, well, they're buddies now because Trump helped him out and now he's doing a favor for Trump. And I don't know. It's just too much. You know, I just feel like they're trying to FUD Trump.
Well, I feel that the Trump administration is very pro crypto. And so why wouldn't they get along? Why wouldn't they have, I'm sure CZ, when we have all these crypto agendas in Washington, is very much a part of that, right? We just like
As he should be.
As
He's
he
a-
should
he's a
be, right?
pioneer.
Yeah. So I don't understand why CZ has to make such a point that, I have no ties to Trump unless there's some sort of investigation of some time. I don't know. I don't know, man. It seems weird that he had to come out and just like make that so clear. Welcome back, Dave Digital.
Yeah, Billy, you were doing this, and I interpreted it as this, and Dark Crash understood it as 6 7.
Okay.
Just have a lot of fun with them in the chat. But yeah, I think CZ also gets a bad rap. I don't know why everybody hates on him so much, but he gets a bad rap. Now Trump, he earns a lot of his bad rap, but he does a lot of good things. So I mean, it just is what it is. You know, he's doing things differently, and
I mean,
not what we've seen before. So
he did
hate that.
He did launch a meme coin, so I wasn't real happy about that part. But he
Hey,
has done a lot of good things for crypto.
There's people that say that's launching them if there's liquidity in a what do they call it, game theory market, right? if there's a prize, get the prize.
Yeah.
Agree with
I mean,
that.
so and that's how he plays business. He plays game theory.
He brought a lot of eyes to crypto, so
The thing with CZ as well is that he gets all the hate, but he doesn't really do much in regards to kind of the operating and the inner workings of Binance. He has teams that work on it, but because he's the kind of the head in inverted commas of Binance, he becomes the fall guy necessarily for kind of what they do, of which he basically maybe doesn't have any control over. So yes, he probably is aware maybe of some things, or maybe kind of he should be and maybe he isn't. But generally as well, people do say he's been one of the kind of key players kind of with crypto getting to where it is.
And Billy could probably even touch on that too. Think about business in general. There's rules that you break along the way in just normal everyday business. Let's even take it a step farther and just talk about driving. There's rules we break even in normal driving. So I'm sure there's rules that he breaks even in normal in normal business. I think that's probably the same with every business owner, every CEO. If you were to dig in, you could find something that you could get them on. And CZ did time for us, and he's not a snitch, so I appreciate him.
Fair points. Fair points. Yeah, nobody can be perfectly clean in that. You just do the best you can, and then you find out, I did this and it's not the right way. I got to fix it. It happens. If you have a government that rules by enforcement, that's unfair. They're going to find something on you that they're going to want to lock you up for. And Binance is the biggest, that has the most volume in crypto. And at the time, crypto was the number one public enemy. They had convinced everybody that crypto was bad, and they went after CZ. And that's what that whole thing was. And they needed a fall guy. So he was the one. Yep. Well, let me welcome everybody. We're up to 60 total viewers on X and YouTube. Thank you for stopping into Billy Goat Tales. We appreciate you. We're talking all things crypto. This is the channel to tune into if you want to learn all things about crypto and keep an update on the crypto price action as well. We just went over Ethereum, we went over Bitcoin, so you have to scrub back and check that out. But we want to keep this moving because we do have at least one more story to get into. Hopefully the thing doesn't pop up again, Redman, and if it does, but here we go. BRICS. BRICS, Central Bank of India is where this came from, has allegedly brought forward that this is allegedly brought forward. Don't go out there and say, oh, Billy Goattail said that. No, allegedly. We're just sharing with you what we have dug into. Our AI, or Dave Digital AI bot has dug into for us. But BRICS countries connect their official digital currencies to optimize cross-border trade and tourism payments. If achieved, this move could also minimize reliance on USD as the geopolitical attention increases, according to two sources familiar with the matter cited by Reuters. So remember, some people pronounce it Reuters, some people say Reuters, Reuters, who requested anonymously, what does it say? Who requested anonymity due to not being authorized to share the information publicly. So this is big, guys. Why is this big? Well, us in the crypto marketplace, we've known that CBDCs are not good. We don't like CBDCs. The crypto people do not like CBDCs. And we also knew that BRICS was forming partly as a way to get around using the United States dollar, because every time we print more dollars, it hurts their economy. It makes their economy inflate. And so with the new digital age, how do you get out of the dependence on the American dollar? And one of the ways to do that is if you had your own CBDC in a pool of countries, which would be BRICS, which is like Brazil, India, Russia, China. I can't remember all of them, but it's
China.
It's very interesting that now I think last big talk about BRICS was like in 2021 when you started hearing about it a lot, maybe 22, and it kind of died out a little bit. But now here we come again, right in the middle of this, like these geopolitical tensions that are forming. The Reserve Bank of India has suggested to the government that a proposal linking the central bank digital currency be included on the agenda for the 2026 BRICS summit, which will be hosted by India later in 2026. So we got to keep our eyes out on this BRICS summit. If the central bank's advice is accepted, a proposal to connect the digital currencies of BRICS members, including Brazil, there you go, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, that was the one I couldn't remember, would be introduced for the first time. At the time of the writing, the Reserve Bank of India, India's central government, and the Central Bank of Brazil and Russia did not respond to requests for comments. Additionally, a response to Recker's request, the People's Bank of China stated that it held no information to share on the subject, blah, 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 blah. Wow. What is your thoughts on that, Redman?
I think these people need to go ask Nigeria how great CBDCs are.
That would help, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What are you,
So
some kind of prince?
this is part of the this is part of the de-dollarization that these companies. It's a direct attack on United States, and it they think that we've been screwing them over for so long, so they want to get their little buddies together and form their own digital currency. The thing is, so this is what I have for numbers. So with BRICS, pay cutting USD use by 66% in intra-block trade. That's massive. So worldwide, a 66% less using USD, the USD. And then and Russia hitting 90% local settlements. So Russia more so is using the dollar way less than everybody else. This CBDC move amps up their quest for financial freedom. Geopolitics meet fintech. And then it says, let's see, nothing else really that I need to mention. But yeah, so these CBDCs, they don't work, Billy. They haven't worked in a small market. They're not going to work in a big market. The people are going to find out that they're being tracked everywhere they go, every little thing. Yeah, do they have social credits in China? I don't think those people can fight back, though. I think those people are just, they got what they got, and that's how it is. But in these other countries, like Brazil, what's next to Brazil? Argentina. Argentina loves the United States. What's going to happen when Argentina is doing way better than Brazil? What's going to happen? Brazil's going to be like, what the heck? We're fighting inflation of 900%. You guys are over there living fat off of all of our cows. Guess what's going to happen? Brazil's going to come back to the United States, baby. And that's going to be one after another, after another. They're just going to come back. Why? Because we preach financial freedom. We want people to choose. We don't want to censor people, even though there was a time there where it got pretty hairy, but we got rid of those people. They're out now. So as long as we can stay on this path of financial freedom and free speech and being able to be yourself and financial sovereignty, all that stuff, if we stay on that path, we won't be Nigeria. We won't be some other country that got taken out. I think there was a couple other ones in Africa, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Please forgive me. But the CBDC does not work. It will crash, and your money will be gone. Poof, gone.
Yeah, it's certainly something to keep our eye on with BRICS for sure. And if they want to do that, I'm just thankful that we're not part of that, because we cannot afford to have CBDCs in the United States. I mean, that is just totally anti-crypto. But real quick, let me say hi to Johnny December, our island man. What's going on? Wayne C., good to see you. We appreciate you popping in. Andrew's in the house. Should he scrub back? He says, no, man, you can stay live and then scrub back later on. We're getting ready to wrap up, so stay with us live. We appreciate you, Crabman, again, there, and Jesse always holding us down. I think we got a little too spiritual for Andy. She's been AWOL since.
Well, listen, you be nice to Andy, and you know she just wants you to pray for her.
I'm gonna call her mom. I'm gonna call her mom and tell her Andy doesn't like me.
She's at the top of my list.
Yeah. Speaking my spiritual truth. Looks, guys, spiritual truth is this: giver's gain. We're here to support you. We're always supporting people working hard to support themselves. That's what we are about, and we're never going to change that. And I
love Andy too, because she works hard in the background. I appreciate her.
She does. I'm pinching at her. Hopefully she'll see this, or somebody will see it and say, hey, you need to go watch Billy Goat Tales. Yeah, she's lurking. So she'll text me in a second, right?
I'm going to give her a membership.
I'll give her a membership. That's funny. Let's see. Wow, man, just like that, we've blown through 2 hours. We got a couple minutes left. We do try to hit the Bitcoin close. Dave, if you got time, you want to hit the predictions market, because we skipped that at the front end. That was on me.
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I'm almost there.
Sorry,
I had to reset. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So there was a few. I didn't get to see. So put it in the chat. Who won the Broncos games, guys? Did the Broncos win, or is Denver moving forward?
I won.
Oh,
New England won.
You've been watching over there in secret, huh? I see. There were a couple things that I wanted to touch on here that I thought were pretty interesting. Let me just kind of get my bearings back.
Crypto
I made $20 today.
Ooh, Gemini, 1,500 in the chatbot arena is big favorite over Grok. That's pretty cool. I saw one that, let me see, Stanley Cup playoffs qualifier, not that one. That was the one that I wanted to look at, but I don't see it in the trending now. Some things might have ended. No, that's not that one. I think it was how low will Ethereum go, and I think that it's almost a guarantee at 2,700 and lower. but I don't see it up here. I'm sure these things change pretty quickly. Let me just pull it up again. There you go. Bitcoin price. I don't see it. How high will Bitcoin get this year? Above 109. It's a tight race, or above 119. So it looks like 109, between 109 and 119 is where the numbers are at. Let me see. There's, that was it. Yeah, I think that was pretty much. I just wanted to look at that Ethereum one. And there was another one on here that had to do with, I think the politics, but I don't remember what it was. Who's
So
going to attend
go
the
over
big
some
game?
of those
Elon
bets.
Musk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so who's going to attend the big game? Elon Musk or Jason Kelsey? They say Elon's probably not going to show up, but Kelsey will. But you can go ahead and put that on there. Who's the top Spotify on or top artist on Spotify this year? They got Drake and Bad Bunny. I don't think I've even knowingly heard anything ever from Bad Bunny, but that's okay. I'm a little bit older. There was another one that was on here that I did not know the people in there. Will Aaron Rodgers retire before, what does that say? Before 2026, 2027 season? Let's see. What else do we have? Which cabinet member? Will a cabinet member be impeached before 2028? Before January 20th, 2028? Wow, they're saying, yeah, somebody is supposed to get out of the cabinet. Let me see here. I think that's about all the cool ones. Confirmed by the Senate. I don't really follow that. U.S. GDP growth in Q4 above 4 or above 4.5%. It looks like they're going above 4.5%, but it's still close. Will Bitcoin go above 250 next year? They say no. By next year, so anywhere in 2026, no. So I think that's pretty much it. Will credit card? Oh, well, what will Powell say during his January press release? Will he say projection or median? Looks like he'll probably say both of those. When will Bitcoin cross 100K again? Before May or before June? So it's looking closer between May and June before we get back above 100, according to these numbers. That's about it.
Interesting. Very interesting. You guys got to check that out. Hey, we want to say hi to AI Crypto. I see Dark Crash is back in there. And Jeffrey, good to see you. Thank you for being with us all day today. We appreciate you.
Bell time, you ready?
Yeah, it is. It is time. Hit the bell.
Oh.
We're at a Bitcoin close. Where we're at, DDT?
On Bybit USD perps, we closed at 86,549.7. So not the best weekly close because we've taken out quite a lot of these kind of previous 4 or 5 week candles. So yeah, oh,
So
money
what
flow,
you're
weekly money flow just crossed red. Although it can fake out if we get some upward price action, but yeah.
Wow, that's a
good.
big signal, man.
Oh, that's a start of the bear market right there.
You hear on Billy Goat Tales, you know, that's
We've been in a bear market since October. Come on, guys.
So this is normally where we get the fake out, right? So we're going to get it probably a fake out, come back up a lower high, and then we go deep. Is that where you're expecting?
It depends. This is now just crossed on the weekly close. So we could just not actually finish the week. We could kind of come up a little bit and still finish this week green. But yeah, it's inevitable now. It's so close to red. It's either going to stay red now or it's going to fake out and not close red. But yeah, for the most part, this is not a good sign. And weekly red dot on the trigger wave basically as well, which is also not the best case.
So it's not confirmed yet then.
Not very good for Bitcoin. We need this to turn around quickly. So we need to at least see probably like what did we have last week? What was the percentage? We had a 7% drop last week. Probably need to see a good 2 to 3% weekly bullish candle close at least this week. At least half of this candle recovered, I would say, for it to, for this hopefully to fake out. It's still bad.
It's bad.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to
Can you go back, DDT, real quick before we end the show? Can you go back to 21, 22, when we turned red on the weekly in the last bull going into the bear?
It was
Just to
also
show
around.
that-
It was around the price. So after that candle, it confirmed when price closed below 40,000, 39,600. We had to close at 39,600, and then obviously then red. So if that is kind of anything to go by as well, you had, so from there to the close, from the top to the close, you basically had 50%, 45% drop where we got now.
Yep.
It's all aligning again. It's silly to say, but we had 30%, 32% basically from the top, and we were 45%, kind of the last 40%, give or take. So
what's that price point then? Once you do that, where's that put the price point?
The 40% is still this drop below. If we had to say hypothetically, but we've had the money. We only had a 36% drop. So you start. Oh no, sorry. This is a 74K. Yeah, the 74K. Oh no, it's 73. Let's go down. Sorry. My projections and things wrong. So hypothetically, man. Sorry. Yeah, you had 40% when you hit when you start dropping below. So it's all ballpark. But yeah, it's rhyming more than we wanted to at this point. But yeah.
I think
first signs of the bear market are almost like genuinely upon us now.
I think it's behaving just like we think it should. I mean, I really do. I keep saying the same thing, and it's really just for my own investment. Like, I got to get that in my head so that when I make my moves for my portfolio, that I'm thinking macroly and where we at. And I know a lot of traders, they don't care, and most of them that I know, and they just, it's technicals, and I get that. I trade that way sometimes too, but like my big stuff, it's like when I know we're in the bear market or bull market, I'm just looking for, I'm looking for shorts now. I'm looking for things to go down. I'm expecting, that's my thesis, right? And so I just got to play it that way for my own sanity and my own brain. That's just how I do it. And it works for me. And if something works for you, keep doing it, right? Whatever works for you, keep doing it, no matter what anybody says, because it's working for you. So just keep doing it. But hey, guys, we got to run. It's been an awesome show. We can't open the club, Jesse, because the only guy that has the finger tornado is Jimmy Jim, and Jimmy Jim's not here. So we can't do that. But yeah, he's halfway here then, huh, Dave? But we appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in to Billy Go Tales. Check us out every single Sunday at 5 p.m. And don't forget, on Tuesday, we haven't posted this yet. Thanks, Dave. On Tuesday, we're going to have our X Space like we typically do. We'll see you there, which is 8 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday.
We are Billy Goat Tales. We love you, fam. Hashtag givers gang. 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 We are Billy Goat Tales. We are Billy Goat Tales.
All right, guys.